very well. I'd just like to introduce Georgia Parr. Her family is third generation from the Redlands Shire, so we thought we'd approach this looking at it from a generational point of view and seeing what we needed to provide in the Victoria Point area to attract new generations into the area and also to retain Georgia's family and also future generations of her family. So over to you, Georgia.
I'd like to introduce you to Steve and Trish, my mum and dad. They live in Mount Cotton and have lived in the Redlands for over 20 years. I actually grew up in Thornlands, which is right next to Victoria Point, but unlike my mum and dad, I did decide to move to the big city the moment I could. So when we were faced with the challenge of creating a future for Victoria Point in 2050, our big question was, how do we keep Steve and Trish happy and healthy here in the Redlands? And what would it take to make me move back? So in the next 10 years, Steve and Trish may feel like they need to downsize. So perhaps they'd like to move to the new Victoria Point Shopping Centre, where they can live in an accessible and multi-generational apartment complex above a thriving dining and retail precinct, similar to our projects, James Street Market and the Terraces community in Sydney. As Steve and Trish downsize, I might be thinking about purchasing my own home, but I cannot afford a 500 square metre block in the Redlands. But maybe I could take advantage of the council's new initiatives to start building tiny houses, small lots, subdividing by 2-storey houses, or perhaps creating my own multi-generational community hub. In the next 15 years, my mum is probably sick of doing playground duty, working as a teacher aide at Sheldon College, so she may decide to go part-time and help teach art at the new Centre of Excellence, where my teenage children will most likely attend. Steve, who will probably most likely still be selling solar systems, may decide to reignite his passion for photography and learn at the same centre. Although the new train station at Victoria Point will help my commute into the city, I may decide to start my own practice, here in the Redlands by leasing out a space in the new Innovation Centre, using redundant architecture within the area so that I can start my business amongst local entrepreneurs to keep innovation here in the Redlands. On the weekends, the 3 generations of Parrs could go kayaking at the Point's Water Leisure Park. My mum, who has an obsession with rainbow lorikeets, could volunteer at the Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation Centre, while my dad could go fishing out on the bay with chartered boats leaving from the new Mangrove Marina. Mum and dad could also get rid of their car, saving them hundreds of dollars every year, because Victoria Point is connected by a high-frequency public transport network, knowing you are always within 300 metres of a pickup point. This transport network is connected through community nodes, meaning there's micro-communities all the way through the suburbs, meaning there's always a place to eat, rest, and meet up. With this inclusive and multi-generational vision of Victoria Point, I can now easily see 3 generations of my family living happy, healthy lives and staying here in the Redlands for generations to come.